meow, kitty monster.
Wait,
That's
where's
my
that
kitty
from?
face.
Where's that? I feel like that's from something.
I don't know.
Oh,
I might be stealing it. I'm not a. I'd be like,
but it's
meow,
great.
kitty
No,
monster.
love it.
I am the kitty. Meow. Okay, there we are. I'm not sure what's meow.
Mine's like, meow.
I like it. Is better. Kind of like meow, coming up from here. Meow. Hi friends, welcome to Red Dead Radio, the Red Dead Redemption podcast. I'm your host, Jared Petty, and as always, we're going straight to the Wild Wild Guest.
We're going straight to the Wild Wild Guest. We're going straight to the Wild Wild Guest. Yeah!
Who are you?
I'm Yami.
You're Yami.
Yeah, from Twinfinite.
Yami from Twinfinite. Greetings. Yami, founder and publisher of Twinfinite.
Yes, you may all bow.
I've never been the founder and publisher of anything. I think that's
this?
awesome. Well, yeah, but I don't actually have that on my card. You think should I put it on there? Can I put founder on there?
Yeah, absolutely. You founded it. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, can I be the founder of Red Dead Radio?
Yes, absolutely.
Like, do I get my face on like a Mount Rushmore somewhere?
No, obviously.
Like a Shadow Moses one, like a Red Dead, not Red Dead, like a Metal Gear Solid 4, like stuff like, just like,
I'm like, yeah.
doing that. What's your Mount Rushmore face?
It'd probably be like,
I like that one a lot. So yeah, Yami, you run Twinfinite, which for friends from the Kind of Funny community know, I am in the pocket of Big Twinfinite. We've talked about this before on the show.
I didn't know that anyone else was aware. I'm sorry you had to find out this way.
Well, we're constantly stealing your news to make product. So I mean, it's very important for you all to exist. Please continue so that we can keep having a show. But yeah, so Twinfinite, for those who aren't familiar with it, tell them what you do.
We write about video games, and we write reviews and news and features and a bunch of stuff, and I do video.
Yeah, you guys kind of have that, we were talking about this earlier, kind of the old like EGM vibe.
Yeah.
Like, you seem kind of like, you remind me of 1UP sometimes, honestly.
Oh,
and
please. Royalty, 1UP.
You like that 1UP?
Oh, 1UP was one of my faves.
No kidding.
1UP.
Oh, do you
R.I.P.
Do you know Seth Macy from the old 1UP community? No? Oh, okay. He's at IGN now. He's his first year at E3 here. So I was going to be like, oh, our friend. Shout out to Seth Macy. Everybody who loves Seth, say hi to him. Yeah, Seth's good people. Oh, man, 1UP. We're going to do it. But instead, tonight, we probably ought to go straight into our first section, Shootout, Red Dead Redemption news. And it's at E3, so there's going to be all kinds of Red Dead Redemption news. The final press conference is over, and we have
Nothing.
Red Dead Redemption news from E3.
It's just it's like Russian roulette, but there's no bullet.
Yeah, there's like spin the gun.
It's like, there's
there.
nothing.
Yeah, so we had our last episode was our epic Red Dead Redemption news blowout.
Oh yeah.
John Ryan was here, and John has seen Red Dead, so Red Dead 2. So
I'm not as exciting as that guy.
which, he's great. So he came in and talked about it. We've had a couple of really long episodes around that. But yeah, this week is a quiet week. We're going to have these sometimes. So we're going to make up for that with you by talking about, we're both here for E3.
Yay!
And the final press conference just finished, and so we're going to do that E3 hype thing a little bit and reflect on some of our personal observations from the week.
Yeah.
So Yami, let's just go back and forth a little. First thing you want to talk about from this week, something that just struck you, either as wonderful or shocking, or what pops out for you?
Okay, here's the thing for me, 100%. Full disclosure also, I miss every single conference, so I've been hearing things.
Yeah, you're just living E3 as rumors, right?
Yeah, I've been running around all over the place, not seeing anything.
Well, you're busy seeing video games,
yes,
right?
I have.
That's the thing. You're at appointments.
But it's funny that the most exciting thing was something that I heard about.
Really? What was that?
At the Ubisoft conference.
Well, what'd you hear about?
Assassin's Creed has romantic options now.
Indeed it does.
Yes.
Holy cow.
I needed to bring that up.
Yeah, that was, people were just like,
I'm going to date the shit out of a Spartan, y'all.
All right. So first, are you going to play as a guy Spartan or girl Spartan, you think?
Girl Spartan.
Girl Spartan.
Yeah.
So you're going to be girl Spartan.
Yeah.
All right. And so you're going to go out and you want to flirt and date.
I'm going to flirt and kill.
All
yeah.
right. You're going to fall in love.
I'm going to kill and then I'm going to flirt.
You're going to kill and flirt. Now, are you going to kill and date? Like, when you play games with romantic options,
yeah.
Are you dedicated?
Oh, 100%.
Oh.
I do not, I played The Witcher wrong. I'm sure, was it Geralt or Geralt? I always
Geralt.
I said the name wrong on purpose, so I'm going to continue doing that. Geralt, I'm sure he was meant to
I do that. I always say Ubisoft instead
of
Ubisoft.
Yeah.
So.
I for a long time, I was like, Ubisoft.
Yeah.
So Geralt, he's, I'm sure, meant to sleep around. He's like a Witcher. He's lived for 5,000 years. What else? But I was like, no, I'm faithful. I'm faithful to Yennefer. 100%.
Yennefer's a good girl.
She's a bad
Yennefer's pretty great. Although I like Triss. I like Triss.
A lot of people did, and I'm like, she's a snake.
Oh, really? You think she's a snake?
she went with her friend's man when he lost his memory conveniently. She's like, oh, he lost his memory now? Boom, I'm going to come in. She's a, like, really bad friend.
Okay. I came in. I liked Triss. I thought she was good to me. I was good to her. I was just like, I'm going to be faithful to you, Triss. That's where I went.
Wrong
Triss Marigold.
answer.
No? All right. You know what? That's fair. Yeah, I love Witcher. Where did you start with the series?
Witcher 2.
Okay, so yeah. Witcher 2, Witcher 3 is a bona fide masterpiece.
Such a fantastic, it's a masterpiece.
But Witcher 2 does some really interesting stuff.
I loved it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, the only reason why I stopped playing, though, was I was younger when it came out, and I got stuck, like, completely. I didn't know what to do, and I got really frustrated. But I loved it at the time. Like, I really liked the idea of pulling out one sword for one type of enemy, pulling out another one for another one. Like, I thought that was cool. It's,
so you never
it's
played
so minute, but...
Yeah, it's great. Like, having that... Because Geralt is not, like, a warrior. Like, ultimately, he, like, fights monsters. He's a hunter.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even like fighting people if he can avoid it. It's not, like, what he likes in life. It's not what he lives for. So you never finished it, then?
No, I never finished 2.
Oh,
but then I jumped into 3 regardless.
Should have jumped to that oneup.com super guide for Witcher 2, written by yours truly. That's right, back in the day. All right, that was one of my first jobs.
Are you serious? That's great, man.
It was fun, yeah. And that's how I learned that if you play Witcher 2 all the way through, because it's not an open world game like Witcher 3, but if you play it all the way through and then you go back and start over, you know how games will have choices and they'll be like, then I'll make the game a little different. Like Witcher 2, there's a point in the game where you make a choice, and like 40% of the game you don't see.
Oh, really?
Like it can. So there's this war that happens like a third of the way through the game.
Yeah. That's where I was at.
Okay. So you fight in that war, you choose who to go with, and that leads you to a sign. Like,
yes.
You end up in that war on the opposite side if you play it again.
Really?
And all the people that were your enemies, some people you like literally kill are your allies, and your enemies are the people you were allies with in your first playthrough.
That's so interesting.
And you see everything through the eyes of the other side of the battle.
That's neat.
And your missions are all different. And then it still converges at the end, but in a way that makes sense.
That's super neat.
It's that, and I love to talk about this, and I will babble about it forever, but the end of Witcher 2, spoiling the end of Witcher 2.
If you haven't played it,
you remember the guy you're chasing at the beginning, the assassin, right? All right, so you're chasing this guy the whole game. You're still after him. By the time you catch up with him, so much has happened in the story, because you know CD Projekt Red, great storytellers.
Yes.
And you get to the end, and you've caught up, and you realize you come to kind of like understand why that guy did what he did, and your motivations have completely changed too, because you've gotten pulled in this whole bigger thing.
Yeah.
And when you find the guy finally, like you can totally fight him. But as I went through my conversation, it kept giving me options that were not like blatant, but just like to move the conversation. I had this long talk with him. And when it was over with, it was like, they are not going to let me do this at the end of a video game. And we talked, and I kept following. I was like, I wonder. And we shared a drink and literally like shook hands and walked away.
Oh, that's great.
And the game just ended. There was no final battle. There was no epic climax.
That's great.
How many video games dare to do that?
I love moments like that, and they're, as you said, they're very, very rare. Like, what I thought of immediately, this is like a much less nicer one, but in Fallout, if you, like, raise your charisma all the way and then you tell the final boss to kill themselves.
You think, exactly, it's so great.
Stuff like that is so awesome, yeah.
Yeah, just talking into killing himself.
Yes, I love the charisma of games.
Yeah. Well, charisma's fun, and is it intelligence or charisma the stat in Fallout 1 that does that? I'm trying to remember. Might be both.
It might have been both.
I can't remember.
I actually can't remember.
In Fallout 1, charisma, I think
could have been intelligence.
Like, I think charisma is like
undervalued
in Fallout 1. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they fixed it
You could like
too.
beat the game in like 5 minutes if you like apparently have one stat all the way.
Yeah, just make beeline to the power armor, get the power armor, go to the end. Yeah, you can totally do that. But why would you?
No, exactly. Like it's you ruin the game.
So I took us down that long Witcher rabbit hole on the history of Witcher, but getting back to the point you were originally making.
What was I even talking about?
Okay, so you're talking about ubiquitous software, Ubisoft, and their announcement.
Yes. So anyways, you could be a male or female, and you could date. And it's Spartan.
So why is it fun to date in games?
Dude, I'm a huge fan of things that are so mundane. My favorite games are like The Sims 4, like...
Whatever, that's wonderful.
My favorite games are like Harvest Moon, Stardew Valley. Honestly, I also love games that make me feel like a god.
Oh,
like,
okay.
You know, or a business manager, like Roller Coaster Tycoon. I feel like the fact that I'm running a business is because I played Roller Coaster Tycoon.
So much Roller Coaster Tycoon, Game Dev Story, and Tropico.
Game Dev Story,
okay, that's great.
Like Big Biz Tycoon. Every Tycoon game, I owned it, even if the crappy ones like Atlantis Tycoon and shit that you've probably never heard of.
Maybe my entire failure is as any kind of entrepreneur or business owner is based on the fact that I was never good at like
it's okay
God
because
games.
It's never too late to start.
I love them. I'm just not any good at them.
You just
God, give me a good 4X game, man. Or any sim game, anything with a spreadsheet
Civilization
inside.
is my shit. See, it's very interesting. I was asked today, like, okay, because I at the EA Play event, there's like a Sims 4 wall, and I took a photo, and I was like, the only time I've ever smiled today. Like, and then my staff was like, is that your favorite series of all time? And it's like, well, it's definitely among my favorite series, but like, I just don't talk about like XCOM, how much I love XCOM, how much I love Civilization, how much I love Tropico. All those games where you're like controlling things.
I'm very excited about Fallout 76, but there's this part of me that's kind of hoping someday I'm going to get a game where I don't usually like mobile elements in games. But imagine if somebody made a game kind of like XCOM where there's like a deep invested strategic part. Let's say Fallout 76 is Wasteland Wandering, but then like the mobile section is the base building, but it's not like crappy pay-to-play mobile. It's I'm playing a very interesting base management game, and everything I do here is feeding into my console experience.
It's never gonna happen.
I know, awesome. But they can even sell me cosmetics there, and if they sell me cosmetics there, they show up in my main game. Like I love that business model.
It's something that's really difficult. The whole like changing the game with the things that you do is so difficult to do. I think when it's online for some reason. Like there was a game 1,000 years ago. I don't remember the name of it, but I was very excited for it, and then apparently it was bad. This was when I was younger. It like basically said like you are part of a faction. It's an MMO. Okay. And what you do affects how great the faction around you thrives. So like if your faction is doing really well, the cities in your area are going to do well.
Yeah.
It was super ambitious.
PlanetSide 2 had a kind of a mechanic or area control like that.
This was like medieval.
Oh, I wonder which one this was.
Yeah, it was a long
Somewhere
time ago.
Brennan Graber is screaming the answer at a screen, like a monitor right now. Just like, you fools, it was this!
With my extensive knowledge of...
Exactly. But no, I don't know which one you're talking about. All right, so you want to date, though. You want to date?
Yeah.
Okay, so who are you going to date? Do you know?
No, I don't know anything about the game. Honestly, I just heard that and I was like, ah! Also, let me talk about this. Hitman 2, Miami. There's a Miami level.
And it's all one game this time, not like episodic.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's all one game.
I thought that it was so the whole game's in Miami?
I don't know if the whole game's in Miami, but I know the game is they already revealed that it's like a all-in-one game.
So it's not going to be the whole episodic thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Miami's a great
I like
it's a great setting for that kind of like Hitman's like slick style of like taking somebody.
He's going to be wearing a guayabera and like the white like stereotypical blazer. Ooh. With like the floral print, like my Vice City style pop collar.
Are you ready? Are you ready for another Vice City?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
It is my most like Red Dead Redemption 2. Hell to the F yeah.
Yeah.
So looking forward to it because I love westerns and I cannot wait. Obviously, love the first one, but a part of me is like, please, go back to Vice City GTA. Do it right. Do it again. Like, I loved Vice City, but don't get me wrong, but that's nothing like Miami. It's like 5 polygons. Do it again and make it great, because I know you can do it.
Would it still be a period piece if you directed it? Like, would you set it kind of with that 80s Miami vibe, or would you want it to be contemporary Miami?
I would love it to be contemporary.
Yeah.
Only because I feel like there's a lot of misconceptions about what Miami is. Mm-hmm. People don't know it.
Expound.
Well, people say that it's all the Vice City stuff, and it's cocaine drug lords everywhere, and it's all like everybody's salsa dancing down the streets. And yes, there is a lot of salsa, but there's more to it. In 2018,
I think there's been more to it for a long time. I like
while.
Miami. What do you tell us 3 great things about life in Miami?
Okay. The culture, the food, the people.
The culture, the food. That's fast. All right, I'm going to dig down one more. One example of great culture, one example of great food, one example of great people.
Okay, the culture, it's very warm. If you're not an extrovert, I think you'll still love it. Despite that, it might sound scary if you think of like a place where people are like, oye, ¿cómo está? Oye, mi vida, ¿cómo está? Literally asking you, hey, my life, how are you? Like that. I think it's very scary to people that aren't used to that. But it's like, it's so warm. It's so lovely. Everybody's so great. You get assholes obviously everywhere, but
I agree, it's an energetic town. Like people are just friendly, warm, and inviting.
Yeah, the food, Colombian hot dogs is all I have to say. The people is honestly people are wonderful everywhere in my opinion, but in Miami there's a certain because of the Latin culture, because it's very much so like you hug and you give a kiss on the cheek when you say hello. I think that says something more about the people. It's much more open and much more real.
That's really cool. By the way, if you want to know about Colombian hot dogs, you're going to have to check out Yamilia's episode of Pockets Full of Soup, which will be up probably soon.
Yeah.
But we go into great length to talk
Yeah.
about Colombian hot dogs. All right.
Just teasing it.
So you're going to date in that. You're going to play some Hitman in Miami.
I'm gonna play it and I'm gonna judge it based on how it makes Miami look.
Makes Miami look well
Yeah.
done. Can you buy a Colombian hot dog before you assassinate
If not,
someone?
1 out of 5. I'm sorry.
What about death by hot dog? Death by Colombian hot dog?
Please put that in the game.
It's just that's a way to go. I don't know what would be like an innovative Miami kill. They always have like this Rube Goldberg
Probably
machine
like-
kills
like
in Hitman. Like,
Poisoning a Cuba Libre, like a
oh,
drink.
just like I do love a good Cuba Libre.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've had one, but I'm on keto right now, so I can't.
I don't drink because I don't like the taste.
And I don't
Very
drink because
shallow.
it's full of sugar now. So that's not shallow at all.
Really? Okay.
No, it's
Because
like,
I felt like it was very.
I don't think there's a more elemental answer than I don't drink because I don't like how this
Yeah,
tastes.
very pragmatic.
Like, no,
if
that's
I
just
don't
like
like it, I'm not gonna do that. Like,
I'm not going to eat this grub because I don't think grubs are tasty.
Yeah, I
that
live
makes
life-
sense to me.
Yeah, I live life based on whether or not I want to do it.
Good plan. Cutting back around, guys. Let's see.
yes.
What's another thing you heard from today?
Okay.
Anything else jump
Another
at it?
thing. Haven't heard much. Gonna be
Yeah.
honest with you.
Okay, that's all right.
Oh,
Here.
I'm sorry. Elder Scrolls 6, the title card.
A title card for Elder Scrolls 6.
The title.
That's right. The title of Elder Scrolls 6, the sequel to Elder Scrolls 5 is called
Elder Scrolls 6.
Elder Scrolls 6. Yeah, I heard a lot of people like Skyrim too. I really never thought that was going to happen.
I don't want that. I want them to continue on this whole path that they've been showing off the different races' homelands. I think that's awesome.
Where would you like to see the next one?
Did we see the Khajiit yet?
I
I think we might have.
Have we had a Khajiit-centric one?
If we haven't, and I think they might have put it in Elder Scrolls Online.
Okay. Well, yeah.
I
You
wanna
see it.
see
Yeah,
it.
you see a lot of Khajiit.
Yeah,
No,
I
so-
want that.
Okay, I like that design.
Yeah.
Kitty monster. Meow.
And
Meow.
the Khajiit tattooers.
Meow. Kitty monster.
Wait,
That's
where's
my
that
Khajiit
from?
face.
Where's that? I feel like that's
What,
from
that?
something.
I don't know.
Oh,
I
man.
might be stealing it. I'm not. I'm like
but
meow.
it's great.
Kitty
No,
monster.
love it, love it.
I am the Khajiit. Meow. Okay, there we are. I'm not sure what's going. Meow.
Mine's like, meh.
I like it. It is better. Kind of like meow, and coming up from here. Meow. So we started with some E3 stuff. Don't worry, we are getting to our usual Red Dead themes. In just a minute, we're going to have a discussion of Yami's favorite Western. But first, I wanted to hit a couple of things that I was really excited about. Really simple stuff for me. Ori Part 2.
Yeah!
I love Ori. Did you enjoy Ori in the Blind Forest?
You know what? I never played it, but I think it's lovely.
It is lovely, and it's not. You see it. It's not what you think. Like,
Really?
yeah. I mean, it's a honest to goodness like 8-bit era
I love that.
platformer. It's
I
really
love
hard.
platformers.
It's a great platform. It looks floaty, but it's
Yeah.
precision. And
Oh,
that's
that's
what's
great.
interesting about Ori.
That's good.
Is that it's both beautiful and touching, and it's got this like Pixar up opening.
Oh, I'm gonna cry. I don't want to play
Yes,
it.
yes. If you don't cry in the first 10 minutes of Ori, there's
Heartless.
something wrong with you.
That's the thing. I avoided it because I was like, I'm just gonna cry.
Yeah, well, it's a great game, and now we're getting a sequel, so I'm excited about
Yeah.
that. I mean, there was so much news. I could not be more excited about Metal Wolf Chaos coming to the US.
Oh my god, it's great that you say that. Crazy story. Ed, the editor-in-chief of Twinfinite,
Yeah.
he literally, like, apparently, like, yesterday morning was talking to the reviews editor Z, and he was like, you know what? From Software, because Z is a huge From Software fan.
Yeah.
And he's like, you've never played Metal Wolf Chaos? Like, literally that morning talking about
Yeah,
it.
they're just
and
talking-
telling her about the Metal Wolf
Like,
Chaos.
you've never played Metal Wolf
Yeah,
Chaos?
and then they
Out of
announced
cups,
it.
out of
That's so
cups, yeah.
sick. We were like, did you bring that into existence?
For people that have never heard of it, Metal Wolf Chaos being...
Yeah, no, it's like an old Xbox game. Isn't
Yeah, it's a
it?
2004
yeah.
From Software game, but yeah, I like my friend Chloe Rad described it as like Metal Gear with all the good parts taken out. And I think
You're like the president of the United States, right?
yeah,
Or
you're the
something like
president of
that?
the United States, and there's a coup by the vice president, and your answer to like the government being overthrown by coup forces is to put on a giant mech suit and
Yeah.
beat the crap out of the U.S. Army and fight the vice president in space.
Yeah. It's really wild.
An airplane takes off from underneath the tidal basin in DC, or underneath the reflecting pool, and like crashes through the Lincoln Memorial. Like it's really just, and it's all voice acted in English. And apparently, what I've seen is they're gonna like use the original script, so
for
they're
them.
sticking with the ridiculous
I love it.
voice acting.
I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty
That's great.
bodacious. I'm excited about
Step
that.
or something.
And there's a lot of other high quality stuff, but this isn't an E3 show. And we want to move on to the next part. So if you want to know more at this, you can check out all the stuff that Yami does around that at Twinfinite. And also, I've been doing little Jared Directs all week during E3.
Oh, I saw the image.
Which is literally just me sitting in this room with bad lighting like we're getting right now. Sorry about the lighting, folks. There's nothing I can do. I've got every light I brought with me on us, and it's just not.
I don't know anything about lighting, otherwise I
we
don't know what's happening right now.
We're lurking in the darkness for these poor folks. Yeah, we're like, we look ghoulish and goblinish. Yeah, video games, my precious. Meow, meow.
Yeah, go back to the Khajiit.
Whole thing degenerates into meows. Yeah, anyway, but we are here. We talk a lot about the influence of cinema on games, and we didn't see Red Dead 2 this week. That's not really a surprise. They've already kind of had their big ba-boom moment, and Rockstar releases their information at their own pace.
Yeah, I mean, have they for how long have they not been showing up to E3 technically?
I mean,
a presence.
They showed you remember they had the next gen trailer for GTA at PlayStation that year, but they do things on their own schedule. They know we're waiting for it.
They're like, we're Rockstar. Wait,
we're cool.
They're like, we don't need to show you anything, and then you'll still be excited.
But I do think that some of that's reserve. I think that they just hold back and just they don't want to mess up the mystique. I mean, it's a game about discovering what you can do. I think
it's smart as hell. No, it's great. I'm so excited to find out what I can hog tie.
Yeah. Well, what are you looking forward to most in Red Dead 2?
Hog tying everything.
Hog tying everything?
Yeah.
Okay, you and John Ryan need to talk. That's him, too. He's just he wants to hog tie people online. That's his one hope.
I love that there was an achievement in Red Dead Redemption 1 to hog tie someone and then leave them there like a nefarious,
like on the train tracks. It was so great. It was beautiful. They put that in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that kind of Easter eggy stuff. One of our listeners actually wrote in. It's I want to find a DeLorean in a cave. I want to find just because they do that kind of stuff. And
that's actually my favorite Western.
What? Oh!
Back to the Future.
Okay.
For sure.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Gosh. Oh.
For sure.
Back to the Future 3 is your favorite Western?
Yes, and I know that people apparently didn't like that, but as a kid I freaking loved it because I was like, Western!
Okay, so we went into the show about to talk about Wild Wild West.
Now we don't have to.
But it sounds like we might talk about Back to the Future 3. I'd be good with.
Honestly.
Okay, well, maybe we're going to talk about bad Westerns and now.
We're going to talk about shit that she likes.
But these are two Western comedies, and that's what
why comedy.
Because comedy does make its way into Red Dead. You mentioned immediately that, and that was the example everybody goes to. That's just you tie somebody up and put them in the trucks. There's funny stuff in Rockstar games.
There's also really grim stuff though. I remember. I just got a flash of memory of how dark it was. You know the what was it what were they called? The Freaks, or was the question mark?
Oh, I remember that.
The unknown people, and then you'd meet them, and they'd have little funny one-off situations.
Mm-hmm. The strangers and freaks, yeah.
Yes, and you met one, and he was like, "Get me some flowers from my mom," and then you give him the flowers, and his mom's dead. I was like, "This is so sad."
On our very first episode, Greg Miller told me he'd been playing the game as a straight white hat, no evil.
Oh yeah.
He was he never committed crimes. He always did the right. He met that guy, and it became part of his personal narrative. He met that guy and he was just so sad because that guy's wife was dead.
That was it the wife or the mother?
It might have been the mother.
I hated it. I was like, no.
And he walked out of the house and he's like, I can't leave that guy there.
Did he kill him?
And he put on the mask and he walked back in quietly behind the guy. And he shot him in the head and he walked away.
Mercy.
And that was the only time he ever broke the law in the game.
Mercy killed him.
And he was and that happened, and that was a narrative that wasn't what
incredibly dark.
Yeah, and yet that's not the narrative. That's what he created, and that's what I love about their games, and what I love about Red Dead.
It's the situations that you create that I think are so great, or the funny moments that happen when a random plane crashes in front of you, and what was that?
Exactly.
Situations like that is just.
And there's going to be when a train catapults somebody over, somebody gets dragged behind something at just the right moment.
So awesome.
I've been replaying the game, and moments like that keep happening. And that's why I think comedy is, and even that kind of slapsticky comedy is important to talk about. I think I'm going to save Blazing Saddles for another episode because I have somebody that wants to talk about that.
Yeah.
But let's talk about these two kind of offbeat pop comedies. Summer popcorn fare.
Yeah. Will Smith.
Not exactly critically beloved, necessarily.
No, absolutely not. I understand. I was young. But maybe if I rewatched them now, I'd be like, what the fuck?
You know what? Maybe you would, maybe you wouldn't. But if it weren't for Wild Wild West, would we in fact have the Red Dead Redemption show tie-in song by Cisco?
No.
I think it unlikely.
It's my favorite thing that you're friends with Cisco.
It's my favorite thing that I'm friends with Cisco. Cisco, he's just I'm really nice. I'll just send you a song. He's great. He's
That's
wonderful.
So funny to me.
I'm excited about it too. I want to know. I did not expect. Nobody I've ever asked what's your favorite Western has ever said Wild Wild West and Back to the Future 3. So I think I'm just going to be like, take it away, Yami. What about Wild Wild West grabbed you?
Well, it's the comedy. Okay. Comedy first for me, always with everything.
Okay.
I love romantic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be a rom-com.
Okay.
I love westerns. They got to be funny. I like watching horror movies. They got to be funny.
Okay, you like a funny Western then. You like humor in your Westerns.
Exactly.
So as we talked about several serious Westerns, when you came in and said Western is my favorite genre of movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so...
you know what it is? Is that I've always wanted to be a cowboy.
Is that you've always wanted to be a cowboy?
Yeah.
Do you have a hat?
So yes.
Oh, I should have had you bring it to E3. I didn't think to ask.
I love it so much. It's a green hat, though, because hats don't fit my head. I have a big head.
Oh, me too.
So it's fantastic.
Yeah, big head.
So it's a green hat that I bought for Halloween because my best friend and I were doing a duo costume where we dressed up as Mario and Luigi.
Okay.
But from Mario Party 2, the Western level.
Wow, that is a deep cut.
So yeah, there was like a photo of me like acting like Luigi and like holding my suspenders.
So far, almost every guest we've had on Red Dead Redemption, I've discovered, or Red Dead Radio, I've discovered secretly has a cowboy hat.
Yeah.
It's really interesting how many people own cowboy hats.
I think you gotta dress up like a cowboy at some point.
So what is it about Wild Wild West? Is it West, Jim West, Desperado?
Rough Rider, no, you don't want to.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Can you sing the whole theme song still?
I don't think I can, no.
Yeah?
I can sing all of Miami by Will Smith.
Oh, are you going?
limit.
Are you going to Miami?
Of course I am.
Okay, I wondered about that. Yeah, I lived in Florida when that was first on the radio, and there was no getting away from that. Man.
No, yeah. I remember when it first came out, it was like over the top.
You
played
could not.
way
It was
too much.
all the time.
It was like,
If you lived in
please
Florida,
stop
it was
it.
everywhere. But the guy's good. I mean,
Fantastic.
he can write a
Seems
hook
like
like
a nice
nobody.
guy.
Yeah, he does. Wild Wild West, Kevin Kline, Salma Hayek.
Oh my God, Salma Hayek too.
Kevin
forgot about her
Branagh,
she was
or
amazing.
Kenneth Branagh as the villain, and
Yeah.
of course Mr. Will Smith.
Mm-hmm. I loved Salma Hayek back in the day too because she was in the romantic comedy with Matthew Perry.
Oh, that's right.
So I was a
about
big
that.
fan when I was younger.
So
Fools Russian.
So when you watched this movie, was it the giant robotic spider? What? Argue to us for a minute why we should watch.
It's
Wild
super
Wild
like
West.
steampunk and stuff too. It's so cool, man. It's got that weird villain on like a wheelchair that's like also steampunk. He like levitates and shit from my memory. In my head, he levitates. And then like there's that crazy scene in the wheat field where like they got the things on their neck and then it slices through them if they don't run away and they gotta run away. It's so action packed.
So is it the energy of it then, or what?
Yeah, I love fun. You know, I of course I love a good movie that of course has a wonderful story and it's like so Oscar like worthy, of course. But then like if something's just fun, like
Yeah.
Ocean's 8.
Yeah, okay, no, yeah, I'm with you on any of the Ocean's movies. Those are spectacular
I love
fun.
them.
They are.
I love heists.
Yeah,
so fun.
heist movies are
And that's
great.
probably also what ties into westerns. They're always heisting.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, if there's not heists in GTA
I thought of another-
online, yeah.
I'm sorry, I thought of another movie that I love, Shanghai Noon.
Okay,
I love all these
we're stopping
shitty,
you now.
all these shitty westerns.
Oh my gosh, I feel like I should have. I planned on doing a bad Western episode, but I think.
I love all these shitty westerns, man. I'm perfect for it.
Okay, so rather than we then go too deep in.
Let's.
What scene stands out in Wild Wild West?
The Wheatfield one. It was so
Yeah.
crazy. I was like, are they gonna make it?
How old were you when you saw this thing?
I don't remember. Let's see when it came out. Do you
Okay.
remember when it came out?
No, I don't
Neither do
remember.
I.
I did not do my Wild Wild West research.
I didn't think we'd be talking
As this
about
conversation
Wild
was like,
Wild
you're like,
West.
well, I could talk about like Wild Wild West or A Fistful of Dollars or what? It's like, one of these is a bona fide classic. And they-
Fistful of Dollars as well. 1999, so I was 8 years old.
Okay. I'm so old. Okay, so
I was like, I'm a soul.
well, yeah, but you were just the right age for it. That was like
Yeah.
the right age to see like the
8
Phantom
years old, I was
Menace
like,
and Wild Wild West. I mean, that's
Phantom Menace.
yeah. It's to be fair, I think that Wild Wild West is probably a better movie than the Phantom Menace.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Even as a child, I knew.
because there is a neat aesthetic. You've got
Yeah,
Jim
it's all
West.
steampunk stuff. It was so
Yeah.
cool. It was the first time I saw that, at least.
Like as a kid.
Yeah.
So moments you remember the Wheatfield scene. What? Any jokes? Anything that was just like? Huh.
No, honestly, there's nothing that stands out
just a
particularly.
series
I
of
just
images.
remember I love it. Honestly, Shanghai Noon, now that I thought about it, like, I love that one even more. I'm like, I love that fucking movie. I love all of them.
You are sometimes like interviewing a random number generator. It's really.
I'm so sorry.
No,
We've done
you're the
this.
best.
We've done this already with Pockets Full of Soup,
It's
and now I'm
amazing.
just like,
I knew what I was getting into.
I'm like
and
jumping to different
No,
topics.
I've wanted to have you on here forever. I'm really happy about it because all right, let's hop over
I got the
to
sniffles. I'm sorry. By
Back
the
to
way.
the Future 3. I just had an argument with my friends at Kind of Funny. on Kind of Funny Morning Show just about a week ago about this, actually. I was arguing that both Back to the Future 2 and 3 are bad movies, but that 2 is worse than 3. And several of them are like, no, 3 is worse than 2.
3 is the Western.
3 is the Western. 2 was the dystopian dark future where Biff is...
I hated that one.
Yeah,
I hated that one.
Look at that.
No, yeah, 100%. It's like, I know objectively 1 is the best movie.
Yeah, oh yeah.
3 is number 2 for me. 2 is the last.
1's a masterpiece, but 3 does have some stuff going for it. What do you like about 3?
Okay, first off, they go back to the Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
I love that.
Really cool.
That's it. They all wear cowboy hats.
Yeah, okay, because you want to be a cowboy. You want to go back and do that.
Anything that's just dressed up like a cowboy. I'm like, for example, McCree in Overwatch, I'm like, it's high noon.
Oh, okay. So, for 1's just the setting. What else?
Well, I personally love time travel too as a genre, and the fact that they did that for Western was awesome. Like for the West, Wild West. I thought that was awesome because up until then, what was it? Like, not time travel. I don't remember.
You don't get a lot of time travel Western stuff.
Yeah, so it's the whole idea of,
Westworld is sort of that.
I never watched it.
You know, it's sort of time travel-y because it plays with time the way they tell the story.
Right. It's the whole concept of, like, these people are trying to get used to this thing that they're out of their element for, and it happens to be the Wild West.
Yeah, I mean, out of his country. So that right there is a great build-up. Yeah, when I was a kid, I thought, you know, he walks into Doc Brown's and he's like, wait a minute. And like, he's got this giant compressor built across his whole room to make like 2 ice cubes.
Yeah.
So he could put them in his drink. Like, you think about somebody like that brilliant, a guy who built a time machine with plutonium.
Yeah.
Going back to the 1880s and living in an old town.
And then he managed to still make awesome things.
Make the comfort of home there. And then you've got the...
I also love the ending too. If I recall from my memory, it was like a lovely ending. He found someone and they like started a family and
They
stuff.
got that time travel train he built. Yeah, remember?
That.
They show up in the time and he's got his family.
Yeah.
Although it is a little weird. Do you know about that scene? So there's his wife and there's his 2 kids.
Yeah, no, I saw it as a kid, so I'm like, is this something weird that I didn't catch?
Yeah, one of the actors in that scene, people have noticed this since then, is pointing directly at his own crotch, like obviously slipping it into the scene.
That's funny.
And so like this actor is like pointing at his own genitals and no one caught it and made it into the final cut and it's still there.
Oh boy.
So now whenever he's just like, oh,
that's weird.
That scene happens. But yes, it is lovely. And Marty learns an important lesson about, he's not worried about being a chicken.
Yeah.
Plus,
his hero's journey wraps up.
He steals that thing from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, or not. Pardon me, from Fistful of Dollars, where he wears the body armor.
Yeah.
Because no, go ahead.
I was like, did you ever watch Community?
Yeah.
Fistful of Paintballs.
Fistful of Paintballs was good. Underrated, I think.
Underrated? How could it be underrated?
Well, because I think some people said it was like forced to have another paintball episode, but I thought it was good.
I thrived on all of them.
Yeah, I liked them too.
Anything that
was a
two-parter.
Two-parter.
It deserved it.
They had the stranger. He was mysterious.
He was so attractive.
He was so attractive. That was a very good-looking man.
I was like, damn.
Yeah, I would have kissed him on the lips. Definitely. Absolutely. He was very pretty. Fistful of Paintballs. Actually, that'd be a fun episode. We're all over the place.
Community's awesome, honestly. So
Community,
that whole Western thing.
What's that?
You ever watch Yojimbo?
Oh, yeah.
I've heard great things. I've never watched it.
Okay, so that's Fistful of Dollars.
Is it?
Yeah, that's just Fistful of Dollars prototype. Just like...
I've heard that it's a Western in Japan.
It is. It is the same story as Fistful of Dollars, told a different way.
That's probably why I like samurai games so much.
Yeah, well, like Seven Samurai and Magnificent Seven, same thing, right?
Yeah, never actually saw Magnificent Seven.
Okay, that's a good one. Catch that one. Yeah, that's actually a really good one. It's got, again, kind of rough around the edges in places, but it's totally, like, it's very adventurous, and it's got a great, like, the soundtrack is just like, boom, 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 and they don't get tired of it, man. It's like when you're watching the Mortal Kombat movie and they just keep playing the Mortal Kombat song. Like, they just lean into that same song over and over and over because they know it's awesome. Like, it's awesome. We don't have to do another one. Man, they play the Mortal Kombat song like 4 times in that movie.
Like, I didn't even notice. As a kid, I loved it. Apparently, I had a terrible taste in movies. I found out.
I think that's definitely true, but that's all right.
But I also loved Happy Gilmore. Was that bad?
Yeah, that's also bad. You're just making this worse. Yeah.
No. I loved Wedding Singer.
Wedding Singer's pretty good.
Okay.
All right. And Happy Gilmore has its moments.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, all these have their moments. That's the thing. Just because a movie's not a work of art doesn't mean we can't treasure it, right?
Of course. No, of course. Like, I love Legally Blonde. Like, among my favorite movies are, like, Legally Blonde, Mean Girls, and, like, all these really funny movies that are never going to win Oscars. They're not, but they're so memorable to me, so I love them.
So what do you want to see brought in from that spirit of lightheartedness into the new Red Dead? Like if you were design director right now at Rockstar, what would you be trying to incorporate as inspiration from these kind of films, from the non-masterpieces?
Mean Girls, yeah. So honestly, Strangers and Freaks, where it's the Regina George, and she's like asking you like for help because she's lost her popularity, and you gotta like do a bunch of things to help her with her popularity again.
That's a really good pitch.
That's what I'm going for.
Keep going. Another one.
All right, another one. Let's think about another.
Another Strangers and Freaks.
Legally Blonde, Strangers and Freaks again. Reese Witherspoon is in the game, and she's like, "I'm making Legally Blonde 3, but I need your help." And you're like,
"Okay, you're taking us meta territory." It's like because for some reason, like she's gotta have that Mr. Marston voice there if you're gonna do it.
Yeah,
but,
I was like, "Howdy, partner."
I gotta have that Bonnie. Man, I just replayed watching Bonnie get hung. That is rough, man.
Yeah,
that is savage.
Yeah. I didn't like that part.
Ooh.
I was like, meh.
That is rough.
But man, the ending of Red Dead Redemption,
yeah,
that whole like freaking shootout, scene, I thought that was a masterpiece moment.
Yeah. Did you see it coming?
No, I
I
honestly didn't think he'd die.
Yeah.
Spoilers. Sorry.
I thought he'd die. I actually kind of saw that Wild Bunch ending coming where your past catches up with you.
Yeah.
And
makes, like, honestly, looking back, it makes sense.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, Wild Bunch. But what I didn't see was you becoming Jack. That was so good.
Even more. Yeah, like, I didn't see that. And then I definitely didn't see Jack ending up like his father, which is...
starting it all, the whole cycle over
Yeah, it's
again.
like, well, he couldn't stop that. He couldn't break the bonds of that.
Yeah, he could have just left Dutch alone. But,
Yeah.
Gotta... Or not Dutch, sorry.
I know.
Sorry, couldn't just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ending's spectacular. All right, so we're going to move on to more randomness here in just a moment with Luck of the Draw. Stick around. All right, friends, we're back for Luck of the Draw. That's right, 4 random questions submitted by you, 4 suits, 1 dealer. Draw a card, Yami.
Drawing this one.
All right, what do you draw?
A diamond.
All right, she draws diamonds. And diamonds this week is from our friend Andrew Fitzsimmons, who asked a multi-part question. Where's your dream vacation? What would you do there? And why would you want to go there or do that? What's your dream vacation? What do you want to do there and why?
Probably go to Rome.
Rome.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I would love to see. I'm an art history nerd, so I would love to see all that history there. See the Colosseum.
You were mentioning art history earlier with Da Vinci on our other show. Yeah.
Leonardo.
Okay, so Leonardo, Florence.
I'd love to see the Sistine Chapel.
Oh yeah, I'd love to see
love
that.
to see so much. Just all the culture and just soak that in.
Right, have you ever been to Europe?
Oh yes, I've gone to Spain like a million times because it's like my heritage.
Okay, so is that why you chose to go?
To Spain?
Yeah.
No, I was just young and my mom made me.
Oh, okay. Will you go to Italy? Is it going to happen?
Oh yeah, I'm planning to like next year, hopefully.
No kidding.
Yeah, I want to. I really, really like want to see. I'm on like a binge to try to get all the world wonders. And I know it's not like I don't think the Colosseum is an official. It might be an ancient world wonder. Correct me if I'm wrong.
All right, you can correct us. Those of you who are experts on world wonders, let us know.
Yeah, so I want to see them all.
But when you're talking about ancient history, ancient art history in particular, or not ancient history and art history, they're side by side. Sorry. I mean, Italy, obviously, you have everything from what went on in Rome to the Italian Renaissance. They're living side by side on top of each other. Yeah. Is there another place? I can't even fathom what it must be like to have within a few hundred miles of each other, all this, Florence and Rome and Venice and
not only that, like all of Europe, they could just freaking get in a train and see a whole different country. It's wild.
It's freaking amazing.
I have to drive like 20 hours to get out of Florida.
It is hard to drive out of Florida from Miami.
It's hard to escape.
Yeah. You just can't get out. You're just kind of on an island almost.
Like, oh God.
Yeah, and then when you finally get there, you're just in southern Georgia.
Yeah.
No offense to Georgia, it's a place I like, but
Savannah's good.
Savannah's great. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Savannah.
I really like it. It's very pretty. All the trees are very nice.
Oh, all the moss hanging down in the squares.
Exactly.
There.
I love those trees, man.
Okay, so all right, so you're gonna take your trip. Give me your Roman itinerary.
I would love to see the Vatican.
Ooh.
I would love to see the Pope.
Yeah. Are you Roman Catholic?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm closest to Roman Catholic.
Closest Roman Catholic.
Yeah, I say that because it's always, I sound like a jackass, I feel like, when it's like, well, I don't go to church.
Uh-huh.
But I absolutely, like, believe in God, and I'm definitely closest to Roman Catholicism because I absolutely adore the La Virgen de la Caridad de Cobre, which is basically just the Virgin Mary, the saint of Cuba, and, she's my homegirl.
So you want to meet the Pope. What do you think of Pope Francis?
I love him.
Yeah.
I love him so much. Every time he does something, he says something, I'm like on that shit like he's Jennifer Lawrence and she just like said something crazy or something. Like I seriously, I'm like, oh, what'd he say next? Who's he dating? Like, no, he's not.
I think he's an interesting dude, and he's been good for the world.
Yes, he's been so fantastic. The things that he preaches are so universal, and I think that's very important.
I think to take a position that's been historically, especially recently in many ways, so very conservative and cautious, and make moves the way he has. And I know a lot of people say, hey, you should be doing this and this and this, and maybe he should. But he's moving for what the expectations of his role. I think he's moving as fast as he can and still get things done.
I love him, man. I think he's doing fantastic. Some of the things he says are so yes, I love all people. Like, it doesn't matter, like, what you are, who you are. It does not matter. Like, you are still, like, amazing, and you're still worthy of being loved. And especially by God.
And he's creating precedent and doctrine as he does that. That's going to open doors for people in the future.
I think it's fantastic. I think he's great.
Oh, so we like the Pope around here.
Yeah. Pope Francis.
Go Pope. All right. Pope Francis. Would you wear his hat?
Oh, hell yeah. If he lets me. I mean, I'm not going to... I'm like, mine now?
No. I'm just imagining you in, like, the Pope mobile.
I feel like it wouldn't fit my head.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
Still doesn't fit my head.
Big heads are the worst, aren't they?
It really is, man.
It's a curse.
We can't wear
hats. Nothing fits. I found a hat that fits. And I'm so excited about it.
Never get rid of it.
I'm never
lose it,
yeah,
man.
I know. I got to protect it. I found one. I found a hat that fits me, and I'm like,
it's fantastic.
Yeah, I also have this like terrible trucker hat that it was somebody like mailed it to IGN, and it has it's like from a rope business in Wyoming.
Great.
And I stole it from Max, and it kind of fits my head, but my wife hates it, so I don't wear it much. I think it's like King ropes from Wyoming.
I like trucker hats, the like design of them.
Yeah, I like the design too.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, when I say it's kind of a great hat. I probably shouldn't crap on this free hat I got.
I think it's because it's like the trucker hats are bigger. I think they'll fit our heads.
They'll fit our heads.
I think.
It's like, hey there, what's your 20, good buddy?
Well, I'm going down I-95 right now.
All right, it's time for that Red Dead Redemption poker tournament. Now, you actually play poker in real life.
Wait, you didn't say where you wanted to go.
Oh, I didn't. That's true.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to pick someplace I haven't been yet, and yet it's not going to be surprising to anybody. So there's this event I've always wanted to go to, and even though it's in a country I've been to before, I never got to go while I was there. I want to go to the Sapporo Snow Festival, which is held in Hokkaido, Japan. Hokkaido is kind of like Japanese Alaska. It's the northernmost of the main islands.
Okay.
And Sapporo, every year, there's this, what they call the Snow Festival, where it snows very heavily there. And then they build effectively a small town out of snow.
Oh, that's awesome.
And they build multi-story sculptures of snow and ice inside snow buildings with snow passageways leading into like...
I'm like getting stressed thinking about all the work.
Yeah, it's this huge... Well, it's tourism. Like people come in by the hundreds of thousands to see it.
That's neat.
And it is... I was always working when they did it. Like I could not get that week off when I lived there. And it was, pretty far. It's a long way from Honshu to Sapporo. And I just couldn't get the time off. But I want to go to the Sapporo Snow Festival because I think that's the only place in the world I can go see something like that.
That sounds super neat. Yeah.
Yeah.
I never knew that existed.
I'm going to go hang out. And if I can't do that, then I want to go to one of those awesome like Nordic ice hotels.
Yes, I've heard of those.
Yeah.
Those look really, really cool.
Those look really cool.
Yeah.
Literally, very cool. Look what we did there. That's the closest thing to a good joke you'll get out of me, and it's bad.
No.
Yeah.
You made me laugh.
Yeah, you know what? You like Wild Wild West. I feel okay. All right, so our poker champion. You play real poker. This is just 5-card draw, no betting. You're just literally just doing luck here.
Okay.
We got to play real poker sometimes. I don't have a lot of friends
I'm totally
that play.
down. No, I love. I honestly, Texas Hold'em though.
Yeah.
Has to be the only.
Kind of like a poker.
Yeah.
Take my money. Take my money. I'm up for it. Yeah, you know who's I say this. You know who's a darn good card player? David Crane, the guy that made Pitfall. He's a really good card player. Yeah, he's a good poker player.
Cool.
All right, there we go. He cleaned us all out one night. It was fun.
That's great. He's like, I made Pitfall, and I'm gonna clean y'all out.
Yeah, it's like I can program 6502 assembly, so all you're trying to do is assemble the best hand you can out with, and that's it. It's just luck.
You got a terrible poker face.
Yeah,
by the way.
There's no real strategy here.
So then what? I just like
you're just getting rid of as many as you can and making the best hand you can. That's all. Oh, you're getting rid of one?
I said,
2. Okay, so she's not going for the straight.
To be clear, the Joker counts for everything.
What's that? Do you have a Joker?
Yeah.
They're not supposed to be.
I know. I was like, it's not supposed to be here.
That's not supposed to be
fine.
in there. All right.
Yeah, I was like, it's definitely not.
I keep forgetting to take the Joker.
I was like, I've never played. Does it count for everything?
All right. Well, looks like you got a pair. Maybe. Oh, somebody's happy. Did you just get a great deal? All right, let's see. What do you got here? What do you got there?
Well, I mean, I got 2
A
kings.
pair of kings.
That's it.
Oh! You are the new Red Dead Radio poker champion. All hail, Yamilia.
Yeah.
All right.
Right, I only needed to be 2 9s, right?
That's right.
There you
You
go.
are now the reigning champion until someone comes along and knocks off your pair
I
of
was like,
kings.
it's not that great of a hand because only having 2 pairs is not
But one pair.
ideal.
Yeah, but you know what it did?
Yeah, I'm sorry, 1 pair.
Yeah. Well, again, it's
still.
draw poker. It's impossible to make a good hand. in
That
draw.
is true.
Yeah, and you're not betting. But draw is all about betting strategy. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
about random hands.
And
so.
I was right.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I'm cheating our guests when I do
Take
this,
that away,
but-
kids.
Yeah, look at
Always drop 3.
that. Pair of kings right there. Yeah, 2 of our guests have drawn on an inside straight. You never want to do that. Not in 5-card draw.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you should tell Greg, though, that I got this.
Oh, I'll
and
tell
I
him.
beat him.
He'll be informed.
Yeah.
He's no longer the champion. He's the kind of funny champion. But he's no longer the Red Dead Redemption poker
Twinfinite.
champion. Twinfinite took it. Challenge, Greg Miller.
Yeah.
A challenge. All right, friends. Thank you so much for watching and listening. You can join us again next week. I've already filmed that show. It's really good. I hope you enjoy it. We'll, of course, film a news segment if there's any news coming this week. Until then, you can reach us at reddeadradio.com. Thank you for supporting the show, and thanks for watching and listening. Yami, if
Thank
people
you.
want to check out what you do, where can they do it and how?
Well, my site is Twinfinite, and if you'd like to see my videos, go to youtube.com/Twinfinite.
And you should, because seriously, they do good work over there and have for a long time. Friends, yeah, and sorry about the darkness. Seriously, we did what we could about the light, but there's only
did
so much
like
we can
puppet
do
hands.
in our impromptu studio here once the sun goes down. So, all right, thanks a lot, and see you next time. Thanks to Patreon producers Austyn Riley, William Holbert, and Jonathan. And of course, thanks as always to Cisco.